Today is Thursday, May 15th, 2014, and this is the beginning of an interview with Mr. Donald Dugan at his residence in Pemberville, Ohio. Mr. Dugan is 88 years old, having been born on March 27th, 1925. My name is Julie Miley, Manuscripts Assistant at the Rutherford B. Hayes Presidential Center, and I will be conducting this interview. Okay, Mr. Dugan, can you state for the record your name?
Donald C. Dugan.
And what war you served in?
World War II.
And what area of the military?
Well, in the U.S., Germany, and Austria.
Okay. And were you United States Army?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it looks like you were in the 71st?
Right.
All right. Now, when you were in the military, were you drafted or did you enlist?
Well, it was a sort of an amalgamation of the two. My mother didn't want me to go. So when they did actually send a draft note, so I got out of that argument with my mother.
Now back then, how did they do the draft? Was it by birth date or was it like a lottery?
Not more or less like birthday.
Okay. And then once you were drafted, or when they drafted you, were you automatically in the Army?
Uh-huh.
Not like Marines or anything? You had...
Well, we did have a choice.
Oh, did you? Okay.
More or less. But I don't think they were too anxious for us to go in. For me in the Marines, it was too skinny.
Where were you living at the time you were drafted?
In, let's see, in Toledo.
Toledo? Okay. And is that where you were born?
No, I was born in Canton.
Canton? Okay. Do you recall your first days of service? Like your boot camp, anything like that?
Yeah.
What'd you think about that? Was it kind of a shock?
I was kind of anxious to go because, I admired my brother, and he was in the service.
Okay.
Some time before that. So I was kind of anxious to get there and get going.
Where was your boot camp? Did you go down to Kentucky?
No, it was Indiana.
Indiana?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Maybe we didn't call it boot camp.
Was it basic? Basic. See, I get my Marine and my Army.
Marines are boot camp.
Yeah, my dad was a Marine, so I have that Marine instilled in me. Okay. When you were over at your basic training, were you able to stay in contact with your family? Did you send letters, anything like that? And okay.
It was only Indiana.
Yeah.
We lived in Toledo.
That's not bad.
We got back a couple times. They came to visit me.
Oh, really? So after you were done with your basic training, do you remember where you went after that? Where was your first assignment?
Went for another basic training in
Really?
Texas. Yeah.
Why was that?
Well, they wanted to, I was in the medics, and they needed infantrymen. So then I had to take infantry basic in Texas.
Really?
Uh-huh.
So you originally went in as a medic?
Yeah.
Now, did you choose that area, or is that just where they put you?
I think that's more or less where they put me.
Yeah.
See, I was underweight, for one thing, and they didn't want me in the line outfit. Later on, when they got a little more hard up for line soldiers, then I got to go.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Let's see.
So I had basic training at least twice. Once infantry basic and the other was regular army basic.
Okay. So after all that training, you got sent overseas then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where was the first place you went?
Let's see, someplace in France. Le Havre, France.
Oh. Okay. So what was your job or your assignment when you guys went over there?
Regular infantry.
Regular infantry? Okay. Was your brother over there at the time too? At the same time you were?
He was in the South Pacific.
Oh, so you guys were in the two different theaters? Okay. Okay.
My stuff here, you know?
What's that?
That my stuff?
Yep. So when you were over there, I know you had mentioned something about it asked about any memorable experiences, anything that sticks out in your mind that you saw?
Probably the most thing that sticks out, we liberated a Jewish concentration camp.
Yeah.
That was about the most memorable. And actually, our outfit wasn't in that many big battles at all.
Really?
We were there kind of late.
You were the late ones coming in? Oh, okay. Do you still keep in touch with anybody you served with? No? What about, do you belong?
For a while.
Did you?
Yeah.
Belong to any military organizations, anything like that? Like VFW, Legion? Okay. Let's see. Also asked the question about when you guys did have downtime, what did you guys do to entertain yourselves? Anything in particular?
Yeah, usually we set up our own tavern one time.
You did? Uh-oh, who did?
This was after the war.
Ah, after. He was impressed with my knee bends.
Yes. There you go. Sit down. Yeah. Did you bring the pictures? The paper. Good.
Oh yeah.
He filled out. Okay.
Yeah,
You got
definitely.
And you got that bag?
Yep, right over there. And
Okay, good.
I asked him if he was okay with me taking it so we can get it scanned and
Yes.
preserved.
Yeah.
And like I said, you guys will get a copy of everything back. So
Yeah. Is he one of the oldest ones around or not?
yeah. I think my oldest was a 90, so pretty darn close.
Yeah.
So they're ranging in the very late 80s to early 90s, but definitely. So doesn't look a day over 25.
A day over 87. Right?
Do you remember when you guys heard the news that the war was over? Were you still overseas at the time?
I was in,
Do you remember that?
yeah, I was in Austria.
Austria?
By myself. I was sitting, taking it easy, and some guys in the tank came on and he says, "Hey, idiot, don't you know the war's over?"
He said, no, I didn't, huh?
I didn't know.
Oh. I heard there was quite the celebration once you guys heard that.
Yeah, there was.
It was a good thing.
We were sort of segregated, so there wasn't a big, massive celebration.
No?
No.
That's fun.
That's what it was like.
There's pictures in there. A lot of little pictures of
Probably most of the pictures taken after the war.
Okay.
Those are fraternity pictures.
They are?
Yeah. Some of them. Those two
These
are
girls?
we dressed up like women.
I just threw them all in.
I'll be able to decipher. It's not a big deal.
Okay.
No, because sometimes when I do get these, they're all lumped together with everything.
One of those.
So yeah, it's not
Our
anything.
fraternity parties where we got dressed up like women.
When you got out of the military, so did you take advantage of the GI Bill?
Yeah. I
What did you
took
do with that?
Schooling.
Where'd you go to school?
TU.
UT now?
Yeah.
You're a fellow Rocket. That's where I graduated from.
Good.
Hey, what
Pharmacy.
pharmacy? That's a tough program. Whew.
Tougher now.
Yeah, I think it's like a 5 or 6 year program now.
I think it's 6 now.
Yeah,
Recently 5, and it was only 4 when I went.
really. Oh, that's cool.
Those ones. Actually, where?
Right.
There's a school picture.
Just sorting out.
that you?
No, that's my two buddies.
Two buddies, all right.
Oh, that one of them is me, yeah.
One of them's-
on the right.
I was the same, like, I can tell that's
Right.
you.
Yours and what the some
Pardon?
fine or something, whatever you call it.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. He says, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Here she is again.
Pretty lady.
I think she was Austrian.
Ah.
Were you in part of a concentration camp? You walked into a
Said he liberated a
concentration
concentration.
camp. Sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't personally. No.
Well, as part of a group, yes.
Although I was the first one there.
Really?
Yeah. I was going down a road by myself, and usually looking for wine.
You're looking for wine?
Uh-huh. As
Wine?
usual. Wine. Looking for wine. And I met this little old scrawny lady coming out, and she was a Jewish person. She had walked out of the camp because our boys had liberated it the day before.
Really?
She came out and met me. She wanted some whiskey. I happened to have some.
Whiskey?
Yeah.
Looking for wine, but and whiskey. Okay.
No, well, that's brandy is what I had actually.
In Austria?
Yeah, I liberated it.
The camp was in Austria?
What?
The camp was in Austria?
Yeah.
Concentration camp? Huh.
Can't imagine what you've got there.
Lots of goodies.
Can't all be work pictures.
I think I sorted them out. There seems to be letters that he wrote to his mom and a letter from my mother while in sanatoriums.
What? Probably can't read it myself.
It says a letter from my mother while in Saudatorius. That's what I make of it.
There's a whole somebody from the same address.
Okay.
Oh, well, she was in the sanatorium.
Sanatorium?
Yeah.
Shift T, like a.
It's like, it's, wait a minute now.
Usually
This
it's
is,
like TV.
oh, this is from her mother.
From her mother.
Yeah.
Oh, that has nothing to do with this thing.
Okay. I was gonna say, I'm trying to look
Her
at
mother
the
was
date on
in
it,
a
but-
tuberculosis.
I was saying that's why I said TB. Usually that's what. So did you only have one other sibling, that brother, or did you have
Just my brother.
just your brother? Okay. After you got back into the States, so did you get married, all that stuff? Or were you married
No,
at the time you went in?
Oh, it's quite a while
Yeah, okay.
after I get back.
Was it? Okay.
Who's about your brother getting married? Sergeant Dugan out of Texas.
Yeah, that's my brother. That's my brother.
Okay.
Paris, Tennessee.
Oh, Terrace, Tennessee. Oh.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm like, you married a girl from Paris? I'm
Yeah,
like, wow.
maybe better in the war.
Yeah.
It's from the war. Oh my, looks like they're probably good.
Falling apart.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And you got Kate in that book.
So,
Oh yeah, it shows the root of our.
nice. I can use that. Huh.
Don't we have a paper when the war was
What?
declared? When was it called? What's the last day for it? The ending of the war. I think I have
BJ
newspapers.
Day?
Yeah, I think I have newspapers. Which would say.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Is that what it is?
Pepper shuts up German news. Effingham. Where'd you get that from, Dad?
Pardon? I don't know that. Oh, Effingham, Illinois. That's where I lived.
Illinois?
That's where I lived then. I don't think there's anything in there relevant to what we're
I get a kick of how big the paper already is.
There you go. You're right.
Arm length.
I don't know what, why would you, I don't know if there's anything in there you want.
When did you get it?
Huh?
Where you got it?
I don't know.
See?
I mean, there's some stuff about Japan on this side, but atomic bomb.
Maybe my mother saved that paper.
Yeah, I'll take a look at it. There might be something in there. Got that old paper smell too.
Yeah.
March is a Doom. That was March of the Doom. I'm going to do it for mass, believe me, this red switch there.
So, looking back at your whole military experience, you think would you do it again? Was it worth it?
I didn't have it that tough,
So,
but I'm glad I saw the action in Germany.
okay.
What little of it we had.
What kind did you see when you were there? Just the combat?
Yeah, but most of our combat was easy. We would go to surround the town, take the town, and we didn't have much resistance at all.
Because it was just occupied by the citizens at that time? Okay.
Few places where we encountered some resistance, but only a couple.
Yeah. Okay.
You never actually shot directly at someone you saw, right?
Yeah,
Right, you did?
yeah. But I don't know if I hit him or
Oh,
not.
you did?
Yeah, you know, I do ask if you see combat, but some, like I said, some people don't like to comment on it, or they, you know, if you don't want to elaborate, I don't push the issue.
I don't
But
think I hit him anyway. He was up in a upper balcony of some kind, and I was quite a ways away. But I was a very good shot, but I couldn't tell if I hit him or not. But we moved on from there.
you never knew.
Did anyone ever shoot at you? I mean, like you missed bullets, but
Yeah, we had some resistance.
like you felt threatened, like, whoa, I just missed that one.
Pardon?
Like you were threatened that you were so close to you, you felt, oh boy, I just missed that.
Yeah, we were threatened.
No, I mean a bullet came that close that you were.
No, I don't think so.
No.
One morning we had quite a few people shooting at us, but I haven't been anybody very close to me.
No. Where did you see the most resistance? Over in Austria, or was it more in France,
Just
Germany?
Still in Germany.
In Germany? Okay. That makes sense. Any close friendships that while you were over there? Anybody that
I
kind
did have
of
one.
sticks out in your mind?
He lived in New York, and I met him. Well, that was one from the combat. He lived in New York, and I met him once after the war.
What was his name? No? Okay. Did you bring any souvenirs or anything back that you remember?
I brought a German pistol
No, a knife.
and a knife.
And a knife that our,
I gave him a knife.
my sister's daughter has.
Okay.
It's got, what does it have on? Like a,
It was Alles für Deutschland was printed on the blade. Alles für Deutschland.
Something Germany, right?
Everything for Germany.
Everything for Germany.
and you took it off somebody that was,
Hmm?
Did you?
took off some dead person? A soldier? No.
No, I think I traded for it, to be honest with you.
What skiers?
Yeah, wine.
Yeah.
Did they ever? On the other guys that I've interviewed, they mentioned that on their way back to the U.S., they were told that they weren't allowed to bring anything back, any souvenirs back. So a lot of them pitched them over the ship into the ocean because they threatened them that said they would be kept in the military longer. They wouldn't get discharged right away.
I didn't tell us anything.
No? See, some people said they just hit him or they just tossed him because they were like they weren't staying in any longer than they had to.
Oh, no way I was going to pitch my souvenir.
You earned that. Okay. I always wondered about that.
No, but we didn't have much of it. We didn't have it tough at all.
No?
People that went in at D-Day and battled through France, no, they had it tough.
Yeah. My great uncle, I think he went through there with the 101st. He was
101st Airborne.
Yeah, he was part of that outfit, so. Yep. So, once you heard that the war was over, were you discharged right away, or how long did you stay in?
No, I was over there a while, and I can't remember how long I was in the States for a little while, a couple of months. I think a couple of months back to the States before I was discharged, or 1 month anyway.
Okay. When you came home, did your mom or your parents know you were coming, or did you just show up on the doorstep?
They knew I was coming.
Really? Okay. The last guy I interviewed said he didn't even tell him. He just knocked on the door and said his mom just went, just fainted right away. I'm like, you didn't tell him you were coming? So, okay. And your brother made it home too?
Yeah.
He did. That's good. So I know, so you said you went in after he did, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because all three of my great uncles served, but they wouldn't let my grandpa serve because all the boys were already over there. So I didn't know if they applied that rule to you or not.
No.
Yeah, because he wanted to get over there, but they told him no. Okay.
My mother's brother was brilliant, right? Stuart? Brilliant. I mean, like, he wanted to design the atom bomb.
Jeez.
And they sent him over in combat.
Oh.
First he was like,
All I
not
know
a
is-
soldier. What was he?
Pardon?
He wasn't like a soldier fighting when they had used...
No, it was an ASTP, educational program.
Educational program? Okay.
But he was already, I don't know how many years of college he'd already had, a couple of years of college.
Yeah.
That's the only reason he wasn't in the infantry earlier. But then he was killed over there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And very intelligent. But, you know, they didn't think of that back then. They needed everybody, right?
Oh my God. Yeah, they needed bodies. That's
Yeah.
pretty much it. Wow. So, do you think the service and your experiences sort of affected how you view war now? Do you
I
think it
don't
was I don't want to say worth it, but do you think it's necessary?
That one was.
That one was? Okay. Well, anything I didn't ask him that he's told you before?
What about the cigarettes? They were a big... Is that a big thing, Dan? Cigarettes?
Yeah,
That was your bartering system, wasn't it?
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, we're worth your weight in gold. Cigarettes. American cigarettes, that is.
What's the difference between
Well, ours are much milder, just better.
just better?
So they mostly, theirs is Turkish tobacco.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And you would trade them with the Europeans, right?
The other soldiers?
Well,
The other
it's
soldiers?
Mostly Europeans
Yeah.
traded for,
Really?
and all manner of stuff.
All manner of stuff.
Mostly brandy.
I would say probably liquor. That liquor's coming back up, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Aw.
Only thing you got them through, I guess. And you got the cigarettes from home? People would
Yeah.
send them to you?
Yeah.
Did you get care packages and stuff like that?
I had a couple of times, yeah.
That's good.
Oh, I was lucky to get it through, I guess.
Yeah.
Huh. Did you go around in like large trucks and then they jumped you off? Or
Yeah.
you didn't get to drive a Jeep or anything?
No.
You rode in the back, huh?
Usually it would take us up there in a truck. And then we'd jump out. They would only go so far. They wouldn't go close to the front line.
You guys gotta hike it up the rest of the way, huh?
Mhm.
And that's- Did you ever get sick or anything while you were over there?
I did get sick.
Did you?
Yeah.
So I know you said you weren't wounded or anything, but I didn't
No.
know if sickness was an issue.
No, I was, I got some kind of virus. and I went in to a German hospital. I remember the nuns there.
Really?
Yeah.
The German hospital would take care of you?
Well, that way actually it was sort of combined with our people.
Oh,
It surprised me too when I got there.
yeah.
And the nuns took care of me.
The trench foot wasn't, is that World War One?
What?
Trench foot and all that? That was in World War Two.
No.
Oh,
That was more one.
oh, okay.
But they did
That's how much
have a
I know.
lot of foot rot in the South Pacific.
Yeah, I just heard those islands were, you know, Peleliu and Pavu, where they were just dirty, nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I've interviewed two previous ones that were over in that area, and they just said it was
Must have been
stinky, dirty.
miserable.
Yeah. So. Did you pick up any language skills when you were over there? Any German?
I did quite a bit, but I don't remember very much of it now.
Nah.
You knew how to count. You knew how to count.
In
I
German?
remember.
Oh, what?
Count. Very limited, but you counted in German, remember?
Oh, yeah. No, it's, sure.
Yeah.
So I know-
Impressed.
I know a few phrases, but
Do you?
yeah, I used to be an Erkenbrecher, so it's very German.
I think so.
Yeah, very much so. So yeah. Well, you're an easy one.
Thought I would be.
Anything else you want to add to it?
I don't really think so.
You don't think
I
so?
told you about liberating that concentration camp.
How long were you in that area? Was it just a few days or week?
No, a month or
Oh, really? What did you guys do to liberate it?
Well, actually, I told you I was the first one there.
Yeah.
All I did was walk into that, and the Germans knew we were coming, and they knew overnight we were coming, and they took off.
Oh.
The guards and things, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
What were the people like?
People were emaciated, diarrhea, everything.
Now, did they try to? I'm assuming they wanted food right away. But did you have to Did you guys feed them?
They were so sick, some of them, they didn't care if they got food or not.
Because I know if you gorge yourself after all that, then you just get sick on top of that. So I don't know if you guys had to control that. And where did you send them after that?
They sent them back somewhere.
Did they?
Hospitals, yeah.
Okay.
Did you one of their gas chambers there? Well, not one of those that did that.
We found the gas
You
chambers,
do?
but
I remember going to
naturally
Dachau.
there was nobody there.
Well, we went to Dachau, you could smell
Did you really?
that body, the smell.
You just smell the burnt
the
flesh.
burnt flesh still. And that, well, it was 30 years ago, but it was just like,
Oh my gosh.
like, was there a train leading to it? Like you see the people having a train and they get off train tracks?
There was a train there.
Goes right through the middle of it.
It's like you hear like the stories.
Do you remember the name of the camp? No? Okay. Alright.
Should be in my stuff there.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take a look at all that. We'll add to it. Oh.
What ship did you come back on? Never asked you that.
Ship?
Yeah.
I don't know the name of it.
It was full of soldiers, right?
Yeah. They called them Liberty ships.
Oh.
Because you guys were coming home?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
My last interview, he said that once they pulled into port, said everybody got to one side and it was making the ship actually tip to one side. He said,
They're all anxious
he
to
was
go.
like hanging her up, he's like, I'm not going to go like this. He's like, I was over there and I made it back home and he's going to drown on this ship.
God.
He said, so they were screaming at him to get over, half of them had to move back over to level it out. Oh my
Just wanted
god.
back on the
Yeah, they just wanted to see everybody. And
Oh, that
That
too.
ship
Okay.
was too big. It
Yeah.
wouldn't have made any difference.
that's what I was saying. I'm like, what size of ship was that? That almost tipped. I'm like, I mean, yeah, you have thousands of soldiers on there, but Good Lord.
Is it just like a cargo and you just have to sleep all in a...
Some of us slept on deck. We had, like swing down bunks.
Yeah, they hang sort of like hammocks almost.
Oh.
Did you ever get seasick?
No, I never did. A lot of guys did. I never did.
Okay.
It never bothered me. Motion sickness of any kind.
Huh.
He always liked boats.
Really?
The rest of his life, so... Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I never heard about the ship part.
No.
I should
I'll have to
fight.
ask. The ship ride home, or what do you call it? The boat ride home.
Huh.
What went on there?
Not much. It was pretty good weather on our way back. And
Yeah.
a lot of us were laying out on deck.
Did it take you longer to get over there than it took you to get back home? Do you remember?
No, I think they went over faster.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure of that.
Right. Did you guys ever have to reroute because of like submarines or anything?
Yeah.
Submarine
Going
attacks?
over we did.
Did you? Okay. I've noticed that in a few interviews too. They would have. That's why it took them longer to get
They
over than
scared
it
us
took
to
back to
death.
get home because they'd have to get.
They scared us to death one night. They said there was a German submarine running between our convoys. I suppose it might have been, but they didn't get us.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know, where did you take off from?
Someplace in New York.
Yep. When you guys got those sub warnings, what did you guys do?
Same thing we could
I was
do.
just saying, like,
Yeah,
because I
I was
mean,
saying, yeah.
if you're just there for the ride over and you're not actually part of the ship, you just sort of had to wait it out.
Yeah. Well, we had some destroyers with us, and they ran between our bigger ships and dropped death bombs to try to get the sub.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, does that make like your ship
Ye-
rock? Rock or no?
No.
No?
No.
I guess I don't know what a death bomb is. What does it do? It blow, or where the submarines would be, it blows up? Is that
Yeah.
what it is?
I could, just knowing that there's something down there and you're just pretty much like a sitting duck. You just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's just totally out of your control. So,
As far as I know, I don't know if there's anybody in our convoy or not. We probably did. We couldn't hardly miss.
Wow.
We were too dumb to be scared.
yeah, when you're young like that, you're
Yeah,
just.
that's true.
Did you ever go home on like a furlough or anything during your service?
Yeah, in the States I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure the sergeants were not too nice. Sergeants or whatever they are above you.
A couple of them were kind of, they were old.
They're old?
Time Army people.
Mm-hmm.
I'd never make it through boot
One
camp.
that served in Panama. One of the worst one that served in Panama.
Really?
Yeah. In the regular army.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
So did you gain any weight when you got in there?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? I just think that's so funny that. I guess I didn't know they had a weight limit. Like you had, I mean, I know you can be overweight, but to be underweight.
Yeah. Don't think it back.
Yeah.
They did have, but whenever we were going in, they were short of people, so
They
they'd
didn't-
take you. If you were breathing, you'd get in.
Yeah. Did you guys have supply or food shortages when you were over there?
We had mostly K rations.
Just K rations. Okay.
Just freeze dried stuff?
Pardon?
What was a K ration? Freeze?
They're dry, mostly dry fruit.
Oh,
Add water.
Yeah.
Nope.
yeah. You should have lost weight then. Not gained. I lost more. Yuck.
So did that 3 years go fast you were in?
Yeah.
Really? Did you see your brother any when you were over there at all? I know you said he was in the other theater, so you never got to meet up or anything. Okay. You know, every once in a while.
We were a world away, half
Yeah.
a world away from each other.
What? Was he in infantry as well?
No, he was in ordnance,
Okay.
maintaining weapons, stuff
Oh.
like that.
Yeah. Okay. So after you came back, you said you went to school,
Yep,
got married,
yep,
had kids.
yep.
How many did you
In
have?
that order,
In that order.
4.
4.
Yeah.
All right. Have you lived in this area your whole life then, besides your military experiences?
No, in Illinois. I went to school and high school in Illinois, and 3 years of high school in Illinois, and another year here.
Okay.
But my family moved back here from Illinois.
Okay. Well, anything else you can think of that he's said in the past?
Did you hang around with some girls at any time? I think you used to tell me about
What? It's that pretty Austrian
French
girl.
Yeah, the Austrian girl.
Sure.
Did you meet? How did you meet girls? I don't remember.
It wasn't hard, I'll tell you that.
You got that uniform on, you know.
So
Aww.
some of your buddies, don't they get their wives in Europe or no?
What?
They met their wives in Europe or no?
None of my buddies did.
Oh.
No.
Maybe not where you were guys were at. Not,
Pardon?
maybe not where you were at. They.
No, because we separated. We mostly separated and went our separate ways after we were discharged. In fact, I didn't have, it wasn't any of my buddies separated in Indiana where I was. Most of them were New Yorkers.
Okay.
And you were a medic in the beginning, which was dental technician. What were you? You biomedic.
Dental tech, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
But so
Oh,
medic, you
that
weren't
was
like
after the war.
medic was after the war.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, so you just went in and you went right into the.
Went into
I thought that was before.
a camp in Indiana. And there we were supposed to be trained as medics to go to the South Pacific, but instead they needed people to go.
Oh,
Yeah, so he
For the
said
war
at the beginning,
theater.
so I had asked him, he said he was supposed to do that. But he was, you said you were happy with that decision though, right?
About which,
Going into the infantry instead?
yeah.
Said he
I
liked
wanted to do that in the first place,
Yeah.
but they wouldn't let me in there because I was underweight.
Aww.
I remember when we were first day in Germany, there was an old grizzled paratrooper there, sitting up there smoking a cigarette or something. And he was one of the guys who had dropped in. And he says, And he saw me, he says, I guess they're scraped from the bottom of the barrel now.
Did you reply to that?
No, because it was too big.
Oh, that's a good story, actually. Did you, have you ever been back over in Europe after the war? Traveling?
Yeah, I went to Scotland.
Okay.
Not Europe.
No, those areas again. Would have been a totally different scenery, huh?
I'm sure. I would like to have done that, though.
Yeah. Have you ever done any of those honor flights or anything like that down to DC? No.
I backed down.
Oh, didn't want to do it?
No,
Yeah.
not really.
Well, there's, I think, one going down soon or something.
And they were making, them a priority in World War
Yes.
II
Yes.
because of them being so elderly. And I think when World War II, I think did just go.
Pardon?
A World
Yeah.
War II. Do you remember that? It was in the paper. A really, really older than you, Dad, in a wheelchair went.
Yeah.
Like a recent flight.
Because I know they're starting, I think, not phase them out, but I don't think they're doing them as often.
Right. Still have a chance.
And I know they're,
If you want to go, then
What?
I could go as your nurse.
yay,
And we get a trip to Washington, D.C.
the
for the day.
caretaker.
Oh, Washington? Go to
That
Washington?
honor flight. Yep.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to do that.
He said no the other night. I couldn't convince him. He said they get wined and dined from the moment.
They do. I've seen, I don't know if one or two that I've interviewed have actually done it. And, they have, I don't know if they give them they don't give them scrapbooks, but I've seen scrapbooks that the family has made for them from the experience and said, from the moment they get off the airplane, lined up, people are
You
welcoming
can
them.
interview
And,
some people with a whole lot more to tell you than I have.
hey, you beat my last one. He only spoke for a half hour. So you're doing great. So like I said, doesn't matter what you did, every story is important. Everybody contributed, and they deserve to be heard. So I take a little bit away from every interview, and I learn more every time. And everybody has a special place. So I thoroughly enjoy doing it.
Good.
So
Good.
yeah. Anything else you want to add?
No, I told you about the concentration
Yeah.
camp.
No, think you're good.
How we went in the first night. And funny story. The truck drivers, they wanted to make us think they were really grizzled veterans, He says, you're going to be sorry when you get up here.
Sorry, when you get up where? On the truck?
To the front, yeah. To the front lines.
Oh.
I hopped out of the back there and I didn't know what to do, so I went in the ditch.
Duck for cover, huh?
Yeah, well, nobody was giving us any orders.
I was just saying, they didn't tell you what you were supposed to be doing?
No.
But you did say you went in later than, you weren't the first ones in,
Oh,
so
no,
it was,
not even close.
yeah. So it was more of a cleanup effort.
Right.
Yeah, clean up and organize and,
They
So-
called it. They called it. It wasn't cleanup, they called it.
no, there's a word for it, because there's a couple other guys that used to do that too.
Mop up.
Mop up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right. So. Alright.
What'd you do with the pistol? The German pistol.
We got traded it for some fishing equipment. I'm sorry I did that.
Yeah, looking back at it. I think my great uncle, he brought back a Luger, a German Luger too, and he still,
I had
well,
a teeth.
he passed away, but yeah, he has.
I had the newer version.
Did you?
Called the Walther P38.
Oh, that sounds familiar. Okay. Like that, and piece of carpet from Hitler's residence.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. They were in that. He was in that area.
I was down that way.
Were you?
But,
Yeah, that's almost eerie. Like I know, like, I ain't want to touch that. That's like.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I mean,
and you know,
one high-ranking Dugan officers was also an earl. We had a good time in his house. It's long gone.
you went to his
Didn't know
house.
what we were going to do. He had like a castle, actually. And we went in there and gawked at all the beautiful stuff in his. Some people stole stuff, but I didn't.
Yeah.
It's one of those places they stash the artwork.
The monuments
I
one.
haven't seen that movie.
I saw it, and I made my husband come just because I'm the history buff, and he's like, okay. But the Hay Center has ties to it. We have letters from somebody that was part of that regiment, the Skilton, and we have his collection of letters that he sent to his mom talking about this stuff, and him talking about getting the French cross and all that stuff. Hoping he would get it, and he eventually did. So yeah, we have actually a couple things on display at the Hay Center. So
You didn't see that movie? The Monument Men?
No.
It's about, well, we can probably describe it better than I am.
it's about a special regiment put together to recover all the artifacts and
I wish I had
artworks.
Seen that. I probably would have seen some scenery that I was familiar with. I don't know if they showed much scenery or not.
Not too bad. Castles and like the caves and stuff where they hid all this stuff. And then sad part is a lot of it was burnt to dust.
I didn't get any of the kids.
No.
We could borrow a DVD player somewhere.
Yeah.
Run it for you. It's
Oh,
supposed to be really good. I get to see
Run
it.
what?
it was nice.
That movie about,
Monument Man?
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good. I just liked it, like I said, because we had the connection working at the Hay Center, so I was just
Yeah.
a little more interested in it. So, yeah.
What was your degree in at UT? Was yours a history?
Yes, got a BA in history.
Oh, wow.
So,
Huh.
yeah, but I was like, I think a semester away from graduating with a degree in echostenography. Did my internships and everything at MCO. Well, it used to be MCO, but now it's. But
So now,
and then I had one. Yeah.
are you working on any papers now?
No, this is sort of my baby project right now. Is this veteran stuff? It's keeping me busy.
Oh.
I can only do it like a day and a half a week. So I work in the manuscripts department part time.
Where?
In the manuscripts area at the Hay Center, and then the other couple days I work in the library there. And I can only work on this when I'm in the manuscripts, unfortunately. I wish it was full time because that's what I like to do is this stuff and getting out and researching and hopefully in the future that's that's my long-term goal. So, but yeah, I had one teacher, one history teacher while I was over there, and that's what I wanted to do. That's like really, yeah. So I think I took 22 credit hours my last semester because I wanted to graduate so fast. So I was just like, I'm done. So, nice school, UT. I enjoyed it. So, yeah. So what do you think? You done?
Yeah.
All right. I don't want to bother you anymore. So cute.
I sort of enjoyed being in it with them.
You did?
But they had them stacked up outside in the camp.
Outside of the.
Outside of the concentration camp.
And you
Mostly
saw that?
Jewish people. Yeah.
And it was of anybody of any age, mostly men or
Everything.
everything. And that sticks in your mind?
Yep. I don't see how it would help.
Yeah.
Figure out which.
I don't think of that very
Yeah.
often.
Will you be able to tell by
I
that
haven't thought about it in a long time, actually.
Yeah, I'll probably.
Dad, will that camp be in that book then that you liberated? That book?
I don't think.
No.
But you said it was
Austria.
It was in Austria, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That'll narrow it down a little. I mean, so. Okay.